Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about sample rates. So the sample rate is the frequency at which the digital system creates snapshots of the waveform that represent the signal. A rule with sample rates is that the sample rate must be at least twice the highest frequency that you're trying to capture. If the highest frequency that you're trying to capture is more than half of the sample rate, aliasing will occur. For further information about this, look up the Nyquist theorem. The Nyquist theorem basically dictates that the sample rate must be in excess of twice the frequency that you're trying to capture. A common sample rate that's used across industries is 44.1 kilohertz. The range of human hearing is generally understood to be 20 kilohertz. So 44.1 suffices for the vast majority of applications because it will cleanly produce any signal that can be heard by human hearing. However, let's demonstrate what it's like to downsample or reduce the sample rate and the distortions that may occur. So what I've got set up here is a test oscillator producing a sine wave at 1000 hertz. And then I've got a bit crusher, which is this one here. And then a channel EQ just to give us some analysis of the frequency content. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the test tone, and then I'm going to quote unquote change the sample rate to a lower one, which I'll emulate using this bit crusher here, using the downsampling feature, just to get an idea of the sort of distortions that can occur as a result of aliasing. So let's have a look. Okay, so right now it's clean. It's completely clean. There's one frequency going in and there's one frequency coming out. Okay? So the test oscillator is going into the bit crusher. The bit crusher is at 1x sample rate, which means no change of the sample rate. And the channel EQ is showing us that single frequency. Also, it sounds like a sine wave. I don't hear any harmonics and I don't see any harmonics either. So let's start emulating what it would be like in a lower sample rate. Okay, so when I go to 3 times downsampling, these two harmonics appear at the top of the frequency spectrum here. And as I turn down the sample rate even further, those harmonics start to become more audible. Until you get such a result. As you can see, the sine wave was still there, that frequency was still there, but distortions were occurring. These fold-back distortions were occurring in the audible frequency spectrum as a result of changing the sample rate. This is merely an emulation of the effect inside a digital system. So that should give you an idea of what it can be like if you use the incorrect sample rate. But the rules are very simple when it comes to sample rate. As long as the sample rate is at least twice the largest frequency you're trying to capture, it will capture it perfectly. If you send a 20 kilohertz tone into a digital system at 44.1 kilohertz sample rate, that same tone will come out completely smooth, completely unaltered on the other end. The sample rate simply determines the bandwidth of frequencies that we can capture. The higher the sample rate, the higher frequencies that we can capture. Again, for more information, just look up the Nyquist theorem. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.